Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Nicole, and today's video is packed full of cleaning motivation. My son will be arriving from California in a couple of days, which by the time you see this, he will already be here. And as some of you know, I have a lot of animals and my son is allergic. So I need to go through his room and the guest bathroom to get rid of as much fur, dander, and dust as I possibly can. But first, as I look around my room, it's giving me anxiety, so I'm going to tackle that first. I'm going to start with tidying up, getting my bedding washed, clean the dinette, and defrost my freezer, and of course, vacuum and mop. So with my son's arrival, there is so much to do, and we still haven't gotten done the wiring for our AC, so there's no AC in the house. But we do have an extra window unit, which we had to get a part to be able to install in the window. So we got that, installed the unit, and now his room is nice and cool. So my son comes every summer and usually every winter break. But this last winter break, we were really struggling. So we weren't able to get him out here this past winter. So of course, I'm extra excited to have him visit this summer. And with having a bad back and getting older, I really struggle with my energy. But I noticed with all this excitement within me, my energy level was way up. Although I do have to take a lot of breaks because of my back, I was still able to do so much more in a day than I am typically used to. I actually had planned just to do a quick tidy in the room, but like I said, I was so excited and I was just so motivated. I end up going back around and cleaning everything, wiping everything down, going over the chairs, vacuuming up everything really well, and getting some much needed mopping done. My kitchenette wasn't very messy, but I did want to get everything wiped down really well. I love this little ice maker. I use it every single day. I have a little ice bin in my freezer, and this is pretty early in the morning, and I haven't had my iced coffee yet. So I'm hoping by the time I'm done cleaning the kitchenette, my ice will be ready for my coffee. I often get asked why I have a kitchenette in my room, and there's a few reasons. And one is I absolutely hate to cook. Absolutely hate it. Ryan does all the cooking. And second, I hate clutter, and our kitchen is very cluttered. We originally bought this house with my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law came with. So now we have 3 households full of stuff, combining 3 households of kitchen stuff. And although Ryan and I don't have a lot of kitchen items, but my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they like things. And they both had every single gadget you could possibly think of, and nobody wants to get rid of anything. So for that reason, I avoid the kitchen at all costs. But there are times, being that Ryan is a plumber, sometimes he doesn't get home until really late. So I decided to make myself a little kitchenette. And since I don't like to cook, my cooking is simple. Whatever I can easily throw in this little oven or the microwave is all I need. And last but not least, the cleaning standards. I am the type of person who cleans as I go. So if I cook anything, I am cleaning as I go. And the rest of the household, although I love them, they are mess makers. The kitchen always looks like there was a food fight in there. So for my own sanity this is what I got. I don't know how well it's coming off on camera, but this freezer was full of ice. It was getting to the point where it wouldn't close properly. So I'm going to go in with this spatula and scrape everything out. I don't know why, but this is super satisfying. The top and the sides came out pretty easily. It was a little harder on the bottom, and I couldn't believe how much ice was in here. I ended up filling up my entire bathroom sink with this ice. Alright, I finally got everything out, and now I'm going to do a quick wipe down, and by this time my ice maker should be done. So I'm going to take a break, make some coffee, and finish cleaning the rest of this room. I went and rested my back for a little while and drank my coffee. And today's coffee was a caramel cream flavor with a little bit of heavy cream. So good. And I have this part sped up very, very quickly. For some reason, I could not get this bag out of this can. And this is the part where I had planned to stop and then go start on my son's room. But again, I was feeling so motivated, so I just kept on cleaning. So this dresser holds all of our pet supplies, and it's funny because all of our animals know it. More often than not, all the kitties will come and rush the spot, and one of them jumps up on the dresser, taps the handle of the drawer that they know the treats are in, and tries to act as cute as possible so they can get their treats. So before I get to the vacuuming and mopping, I'm going to do a quick once over on all these surfaces and then quickly go over the two chairs. So this year, the weather has been crazy. It's already into July and it seems like there is no end in sight. We've only had a couple days here and there of no rain, but not long enough to dry out our land. Our whole property is covered in that red clay, so whenever it's wet, we just sink as we walk through. And I still haven't been able to get to part two of my garage cleanup because I need to transfer some furniture from the garage to the warehouse. And every time Ryan has a day off, it seems to rain. So I'm hoping next month I'll be able to get to part two. Dance Moon sent me this a while back and I have been obsessed with it. I love this tool. It makes cleaning the fur off the furniture so easy. All right, finally we're going to vacuum and mop and then head over to my son's room. This vacuum is so powerful. I probably should have adjusted the height on the vacuum because I was struggling. My little black ink blot on the bed, Lily, she absolutely hates the vacuum. But she has been such a good girl lately. She has been a lot better with the kitties. We are at the point where I am confident that I can leave her alone in the room with the cats and not worry about her going after them. She commingles with them with no issues anymore. So I'm hoping in the near future we will be able to do the same with her brothers and we can have them all in the same room without any issues. If you're wondering what I'm using for the floors this time, I am using a lavender scented Fabuloso. And now it smells so good in here. And I hadn't noticed this before, but my kitty in the background is cracking me up just watching the mop go back and forth. And it's usually her brother who goes after the mop when I'm doing the mopping. And I'm kind of surprised that he is MIA right now. But anyways, let's head to my son's room. So a few weeks ago, I washed the carpets in his room and also down the hallway. And since we keep the door closed at all times, so the animals are not allowed in his room at all, but I know air flows through underneath the door and there's always a chance of some pet dander that gets in here. So I want to dust everything off, clean the windows, and vacuum the room one more time. Although I am obsessed with the color teal, I don't necessarily love that color in here. Maybe as an accent wall would have been fine, but I'm not a fan of it in the entire room. So I'm thinking when it cools down a bit, we'll give this room a little makeover. I'm thinking white and pale blue. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. So somebody had asked if I was going to do a full house tour. And as you know, my mother-in-law passed away a few months ago, and we went through the process of clearing out her room so that my sister-in-law could move down there. And she is almost done. However, this young woman has a lot of stuff. And as soon as she's done figuring out where she's going to put it all, and I can get everything back in order, and I also need to clear out my office since I no longer use it. And then her old room is also going to be empty. So we will need to figure out how we're going to furnish those two rooms. So I don't know. Do you guys want to see a full house tour with two empty rooms, or do you want to wait until they are furnished? Let me know in the comments. All right, we are all done with the room and now we are going to move into the bathroom, which I had thought after doing a quick little walkthrough in the bathroom that it wasn't too bad, but I was wrong. It was bad. As you can see at quick glance, it looks fine. But when you look close up, it's another story. The sink and toilet had a buildup that I had never seen before. The counters were caked on with ash, makeup, and dust. The mirror was filthy, and the tub needed a good scrubbing. So I'm going to start with clearing off the counters, spray everything down with my Lysol all-purpose cleaner, and off camera because it was so embarrassing, the toilet, I went ahead and put some toilet bowl cleaner to let that sit for a little while, giving it time to dissolve whatever it was that was in that toilet. So here is a close-up of what we are working with. It doesn't look like it, but my sister-in-law had already moved 90% of her stuff out of here, so this was nothing compared to what it used to be. So lucky for her that the bathroom she has now is 3 times bigger than this one, and I assure you that's still not enough room. But at least when I'm done, my son will have a nice clutter-free and clean bathroom to come home to. I don't know what was going on with this sink, if it had ever been cleaned before or whatever she was using, but I had to go over this thing like 3 times. And I know we have hard water, but if you're cleaning the sink often, there shouldn't be any stains like this. My bathroom is actually too small to film in. It's very, very difficult, but I actually clean my bathroom on a daily basis. So this was actually shocking how bad it was. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna move on to the mirror, and I'm just using vinegar. And I actually have the faucet soaking in some vinegar too. That's what that little white paper towel is for. And I realize now that I sprayed the lamp on the right hand side, and I completely forgot to wipe that down. Oh, and mind you, I don't have any AC up here, and it is so stinking hot, and I am sweating bullets at this point. Surprisingly, the cabinets weren't too bad, but I wanted to give them a good clean anyways. And I thought about doing the inside of the cabinets, but my son doesn't use the cabinets or the drawers anyways, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. And of course, these cabinets are on our long list of things to do. We want to get them painted and put some pulls and handles on them. And I also want to paint the tiles in the tub as well. Now that the cabinets are done, I'm going to move on to putting everything back. But of course, everything was filthy, so I need to rinse everything off, wipe them down, and some of the stuff is going to be decluttered. This shelf thing used to be in my mother-in-law's room, but it's just too big and it didn't look good on the counter, so I just put it away for now. This little tray had a bunch of seashells, little decorative rocks, and some dried out flowers. So I'm taking everything out, rinsing off whatever I can, wash the tray, and try to put it back together as close as I can to what it used to be. So from this point on, everything here is overkill for me, but for some reason, Morgan still uses this bathroom every once in a while. So I'm trying to be respectful and put back as much as I can, but I will be keeping some of the stuff in the drawer. A couple adjustments and we are done with this side of the bathroom. I think it came out pretty darn good if I don't say so myself. I couldn't get the sink perfect, but it is night and day difference. Now onto the tub. And I'm just going to use some toilet bowl cleaner. It seems to do the best when it comes to dirty tubs. And I'm not going to worry about the tile. It wasn't too bad. I just gave it a quick wipe down off camera. But the toilet bowl cleaner cuts through all the grime very quickly. So I just got to do a little scrubbing and then just rinse everything away. Now I'm guessing this toilet has been in this house since the day it was built. The toilet seat looked like it had been painted at one time, so I know it's not going to come out perfect, but inside the toilet there was a thick ring of hard water which took me forever to scrub out. Unfortunately, the toilet bowl cleaner did not help when it came to that ring, so I had to go in with my pumice stone. But I did this initial cleaning first, put some more toilet bowl cleaner in there, and took a break for a little while, and then came back to do the pumice stone. And as you can see, it really took a lot of elbow grease. I actually have this sped up 5 times. Alright, now that I finally got this ring out, I'm going to do a quick gentle scrub and then wipe everything down and move on to the floors. This toilet looks so much better. I wish I could do something about the toilet seat, but I will have to purchase that another time. Alright, last but not least, the floors. If you notice I had an extra light in there, well, that thing fell over and pieces of it broke all over the place. So at some point I will need to replace that light. So I know this video is the longest video I've made yet. So if you stuck around this long, I so appreciate you. And I do hope that you have enjoyed. And if you have, I would so appreciate it if you can hit that like button if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe. It helps out my channel so much. And I'm still pretty new at this, so every little bit helps. And I know a few of you always leave comments, and that means so much to me. You have no idea. I love getting to know you guys, and all the questions, all the love, and all the support you guys give is amazing. So I just want to let you know how much I love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And until next time, bye.